fight. It was just about witnessing, just sitting back and being like, wow, this guy's good. I mean, he treated this guy like a sparring. He beat him easy. I mean, and that is, you know, that is something even I didn't expect.
But he wouldn't stop. Oh, Floyd was boxing him up. Yeah. So Floyd is just piecing him up. So Floyd, you know, I mean, even at 46, he's the greatest of all time. He caught Floyd a couple times with some little shots, but mostly he's just getting boxed up, right?
Slow him down.
That infamous sparring footage, Floyd Mayweather getting worked over by a young Terence Crawford, has long haunted Mayweather's legacy. It's the one clip critics cling to, holding it up as undeniable evidence that the undefeated king was, in fact, vulnerable when the cameras weren't supposed to be rolling. But what if that footage wasn't what it seemed? Not the spar itself, but the leak. According to boxing insider Paulie Malignaggi, we've all been duped. That clip didn't just slip out. It was carefully planned. And the man behind it? The very legend it appeared to expose. The footage is now boxing folklore. A young, hungry Terence "Bud" Crawford walks into the Mayweather Boxing Club and doesn't just survive against Floyd, he shines. He appears to be getting the better of the sport's most untouchable icon.
If you look at the scope of Crawford's career, he's made every world-class fighter look like easy work. It's really been something special to watch, to achieve, and you know, he fights out of two stands.
He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that backhand. The way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? Man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counterpuncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep, I noticed. Floyd's not having success.
The video is raw and unfiltered. Floyd looks vulnerable, taking clean shots, getting pushed back, and seemingly overwhelmed inside the infamous doghouse. When it first surfaced, it sent shockwaves through the boxing world. It cracked the image Floyd had spent decades building, one of invincibility. For critics, it was proof he could be beaten. For Crawford fans, it was a coronation, but to those who understand the inner workings of elite boxing gyms, the clip raised a bigger question: how did it get out in the first place?
I spar Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Some of them be hard. You can't replace soft sparring, a comparison to get ready for a fight. I can hit the bag, I can hit the mitts all that I want, but nothing's coming back. I'm not feeling that presence of a person pushing me, hitting me, holding me. When the fight comes and everything is full blast, full speed, I'm not gonna be able to keep up because I didn't train that way. There gotta be days where that fighter is trying to put it on you because you fight how you spar how you fight. Now you're getting used to that, and now your body is getting in shape. So sparring is very important.
In boxing, sparring is sacred. Gyms operate under an unspoken code: what happens inside stays inside. Not just for privacy, but out of respect. Fighters need a place to fail, to improve, without being judged by the outside world. Leaking sparring footage isn't just frowned upon, it's considered betrayal. Now apply that code to Floyd Mayweather's gym, a place run like a military operation. Floyd didn't just build a gym, he built a fortress. A billionaire obsessed with control, especially of his image, isn't letting anyone walk out with a clip of him getting outboxed. So if the footage didn't leak by accident, then what really happened?
A lot to unpack on an amazing performance by Terence Crawford. Wasn't the most exciting fight, but really it was about Bud Crawford. It was about what he accomplished tonight, and it was about, becoming the first undisputed world champion in the 4-belt era in 3 different ways.
This is where Paulie Malignaggi starts connecting the dots. He's seen the sport from the inside. And when he saw that footage and the way it was released, he knew something didn't add up.
But in boxing, typically, we see that the new guys never get the credit of the old guys. No matter what, any boxing fans, pundits, or even new boxing fans, they say, no, the old guys are the best, and these guys may be able to be in the conversation, but definitely not better than them. Dude, you gotta make at least a conversation point to talk about Usyk and Crawford being GOAT status. I'm not telling you gotta make them GOAT status, but, bro, you know what? You gotta at least have that conversation. They've been that good, and we've gotten to witness them to be that good, and I think that's something amazing. I mean, from my end, to have seen them both do this, and what I saw tonight do Crawford.
Paulie laid out a bombshell theory. The clip wasn't leaked at all. It was planted. A strategic, deliberate release orchestrated by Floyd Mayweather himself. According to Paulie, there's no way that video makes it to the public without Floyd or someone deep in his inner circle giving the green light. It was a controlled burn disguised as a scandal. A masterclass in media manipulation. Let's break it down. Who in their right mind would dare leak footage that damages Mayweather's image? Floyd is ruthless when it comes to loyalty. Anyone who crosses him, a sparring partner, a trainer, even a bodyguard, risks total exile, not just being fired. Being erased from boxing. No job offers, no connections, nothing. The only person who could release that video without consequence is Floyd himself, which leads us to the million-dollar question: why would he do it?
I wanted Crawford to win. Yeah. That's who I wanted to win. So yeah. Everything is all good. Las Vegas, we do the same thing every time. You know what I'm saying?
How impressed were you by Terence last night?
I was very impressed. The combos, I loved it. You did what I'm saying? Bop, bop, bop. I said, hold on. And he went back. Bop, bop. I said, okay, it's real. You feel me? Yeah, man.
What you want to see next?
Next, I want to see
1 second, bro. You see him
Soldier Boy in the boxing ring.
Who do you think Terence should fight next up? Who be in there? Do you think he's greater than Floyd, in your opinion?
Have a good one, boss.
I think that everybody got their own name, everybody got their own shine. Yeah. Much love.
Thank you, bro.
The answer isn't about boxing, it's about business. It was a genius marketing move built on one simple principle: relevance. By the time the video gained traction, Floyd was retired. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford was climbing the ranks, dominating the pound-for-pound lists.
He lost to a smaller guy. I feel that the organizations and the belt have been hostage for a very long time. Now, it's nice to see. To me, it was more like a Rocky movie, and you see that those belts are free. Now a lot of people are going to have more opportunities, because I think that Terence Crawford does not have the power that Canelo had, and to do whatever like Canelo was doing, Crawford, I don't think he has that. So I think little by little they're going to take those belts away, or he has to defend them, and the task is going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah, because David mentioned that he felt that should have been him, like it should have been his moment when that fight happened in Vegas, and that he would have had the same result, like he would have beaten him.
Yeah, for sure, and that's the reason that Canelo was asking for $200 million, because he knew that it was a big risk, and at the end of the day, he lost to a smaller guy.
By releasing footage where he looks human against the sport's rising star, Floyd cleverly attached his name to Crawford's ascent. He inserted himself into the narrative of boxing's new king.
I mean, Terence Crawford has had an amazing career against a lot of very good fighters and world-class fighters, and honestly has barely lost a round. When you look back at Bud Crawford's career, there is something really special. It's one of those things now, because now I've now seen back-to-back generations of Floyd Mayweather and Bud Crawford, and man, you know, it's one of those things where now I understand why the people that lived in the Ray Leonard era say, you know, oh, wish we could see Ray Leonard against Mayweather, and how that would be. Because it just leaves such an empty feeling when you have such special fighters that were in different generations, and you saw both of them. You know, I saw the entirety of the Mayweather generation. I saw the entirety of the Bud Crawford generation. Just incredible. First, Crawford really boxed very, very well, very, very intelligently. The question mark was what happens when Crawford gets hit cleanly. I'm not sure he got hit cleanly the whole fight. You know, he got hit with some partial shots. Some shots landed cleanly, but by the time Canelo started landing anything cleanly, I think he was hesitant because he was getting countered so much that he was taking some of the steam off the shots in order to hope to be more accurate. Because even late in the fight, there were a couple of shots that Canelo landed, but they barely moved Crawford, you know. There were some good body shots Canelo was throwing, but Crawford started countering those very, very well. I think the key point started coming once after the first round. Crawford shifted a lot and moved a lot. I wanted to just kind of see where Canelo's power was at. He caught a couple of shots on the gloves, and I think there came a point in the first 1 or 2 rounds where Crawford said, this guy's not as strong as I thought. Because you started seeing Crawford hold his ground more and more. And you started seeing Crawford, you know, doing a lot of catching and shooting. And in order to do a lot of catching and shooting, you got to be willing to take the shot, even if you're going to block it. If a guy's a big, big puncher, even blocking it can be uncomfortable. And Crawford started getting comfortable catching and shooting sharp shots. Crawford never loaded up, but he was sharp the whole night. Sharp with the jab, sharp with the counters, some well-placed body shots as well. Canelo landed here and there. I thought Canelo got really frustrated. I felt that headbutt was a little bit more than accidental, to tell you the truth, when he cut Crawford. I thought that was a little bit more frustrating.
Suddenly, any conversation about Crawford's greatness had to include Mayweather. Floyd's name stayed in the headlines, not as a forgotten legend, but as the benchmark. The ghost Crawford had to chase. In losing a sparring session, Floyd won the spotlight. He gave up a moment of pride to secure lasting relevance.
I know Mayweather gets a lot of hate, but for me, he's a tremendous, tremendous fighter. And Terence Bud Crawford is in that realm as well. And
in a way, the setup casts a shadow over Crawford's achievement in the clip.
This is classic Mayweather. He's not just a master in the ring, he's one of the greatest promotional minds in sports history. He built his career on drama, manipulation, and total control of the narrative. Whether you loved him or hated him, you paid to watch. That was the plan. The money persona was never about ego, it was business. Controversy sells. Silence doesn't. The leaked footage wasn't a mistake, it was a chess move. One most people didn't even notice, and while it may have boosted Floyd's brand, it also reshaped the way we view Crawford's performance. Suddenly, it wasn't just about a young fighter rising, it was part of Floyd's story. It makes you wonder, is any fighter truly independent? Or are they just actors in the Mayweather saga? Even in retirement, Floyd remains the sun around which the boxing world orbits. In this one clip, raw, shaky, and grainy, is a perfect example of his genius. A mix of skill, showmanship, and manipulation so clever it borders on art. So, next time you see that sparring footage floating around online, remember, you're not just watching a moment. You're watching a message. A calculated move from a man who refuses to fade into the background. Paulie Malignaggi pulled back the curtain. Now the question isn't who won the sparring match, it's, what game is really being played outside the ring? Is this proof of Floyd's next-level promotional mind, a move so smart he wins even when he appears to lose, or was it simply a rare moment where the king was exposed, and his team has been spinning it ever since? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. The truth behind Floyd vs. Crawford sparring leak. Paulie Malignaggi drops bombshell. What if the infamous Floyd Mayweather vs. Terence Crawford sparring footage wasn't a leak, but a setup? In this video, boxing insider Paulie Malignaggi breaks down a shocking theory that flips the narrative on its head. Was Floyd really exposed, or did he orchestrate the entire situation to maintain his brand and relevance?